Hey guys, Forex here. Hope you're all well. What you're looking at in front of you is a faulty Super Nintendo Entertainment System, more commonly known as the SNES. Now the problem with this system is it was sold as having a black screen. Now that can be a number of issues. 7 times out of 10 it's just a dirty cartridge slot, but it can be indicative of more serious problems like faulty RAM or a faulty custom chip inside the SNES. Now if it is one of those, it's pretty much bad luck, because the only way you're going to fix that is get another SNES to take those custom ICs off to repair this. So it will pretty much turn this into a spares board. If it does turn into a spares board, I might be able to save the case. The case is not in bad condition. If I turn it, you can see it's just started to yellow. The bottom is what colour it's supposed to be, like a greyish colour. If you look at the top, it's just starting to turn yellow. If you look inside the crevices also, it needs a damn good clean, especially if you look at the reset. There's all dirt all over it. So yeah, if I get this thing up and running, what I'll do is what I normally do is I'll totally strip this thing down and give it a damn good clean. So yeah, give me 5 minutes to set up and we can see what's wrong with this thing. So okay, I'm all hooked up. I've got a controller hooked up to controller 1. I've got a Super Mario World in a cart slot. It is Super Mario World, it's just the labels come off and I wrote SMW on it, so I knew what it was. And I've got my SCART lead hooked up, so let's power on and see what we get. We're getting nothing, and oh no, there's a reason why we're getting nothing. I've failed. Failed. No power. Yeah, look, power's in. Am I switched on at the plug? Yep, switched on at the plug. Yeah, this thing's totally dead. I can't believe I panned up expecting a picture. Oh, failed. That threw me. Oh, you thing. Yeah, so we got a totally dead SNES. I bet you £1 million that Pico fuse is blown inside. For those people that don't know, there's a fuse, it's about here on the PCB, and it protects the power input. So if you get anything like a power spike, or you do something stupid like keep pulling and pushing in your controller, you're going to blow that fuse. Also what I've noticed as well, and I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, when these SNESs start to get old, I'm sure that fuse starts to deteriorate, and it can get to the point where you can just blow that fuse just by plugging in a controller. But yeah, totally dead as a doornail. I'm gonna whip the lid off, get my multimeter on continuity and check that fuse to see if it's blown. I think it has, because it's got all the telltale signs of a dead fuse. So yeah, I'll whip the lid off and we'll test that fuse out. Okay, to get in the SNES, you're going to need a game bit driver, and you're going to have to remove 6 screws. There's one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and finally one here. You remove those and the top cover should just come straight off. That's all 6 game bit screws removed. Just remove the upper case, just grab it and pick it up like that, and that's it. We're in like Flynn. Super easy. So okay, what we're looking at is the power portion of the SNES. I'll explain what's actually happening. Here's your main power input. If you look, it's AC. It's an AC input. Now if we look at the back of this heatsink, you can see a large capacitor. That's the main smoothing capacitor for the system. Just to the right of this RF modulator, there's like a little black cap. You can see 4 legs coming off it. That's the bridge rectifier that rectifies the AC coming into DC. Then what happens is it goes through this 7805, which obviously is a 5-watt regulator, so that's the 5 watts for the whole of the system. And to protect that, there is a Pico fuse just here, and this protects the system from any bad things happening to it. So yeah, I think this fuse has blown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my multimeter on continuity. I'm going to test this fuse and see if it's blown. I think it has blown, because obviously we got no power anyway. So yeah, I'm going to continuity check that fuse. Okay, I have my multimeter on continuity. If I touch the probes together, I should get a beep. Nice. That's my probes are working. So let's probe this fuse and see if it's blown. Put a probe there and there. Trying to do this one-handed probe ninja. Yep, when that fuse is blown, alright. So yeah, now you can normally replace the fuse. You know, you can get a soldering iron in there and replace the fuse. But what I'm going to do is strip this system down, because it needs a really good clean. So I'll obviously strip the system down and replace it once I've got the board out. It just makes things a lot easier. So yeah, that's what's coming up next. So okay, let's strip down the top case. Now the first thing I need to do is remove the cartridge slot protector. Now what this does is it stops you inserting or taking out a cart while the system is turned on. So if you turn the power on here like this, it moves this forward, and if you look there, that stops the cart being pushed in or pulled out. Now to get that off, it's simple, just one screw. Okay, what I want to remove next is this darker grey shroud that goes around the top half of the console. Now to remove that, there are clips that you have to unclip. There's one here, one here, one here, one here. There's one just here, there's one down here, and there's also one here and one here. Remove those clips and it just lifts straight off. So now the plastic shroud has been clipped off. That allows me to get to some other stuff. So if I take that off, as you can see, the cartridge slot lid has already popped off. I can remove the power switch now. I can also remove the faceplate, and I should be able to pop out the reset button, sorry, the eject button, and if I turn it around, I should be able to clip those together, and that's the reset button taken out, and there should be another piece that just flew off already. This is the light pipe for the power, and that's it. That's the top of the case all stripped down. So okay, let's remove the lower case. Now the first thing I want to remove is the controller ports, and that's super easy to do. You just pull the ribbon out of this connector like that, nice and gently, and you just lift it up and it comes straight out. Now the second thing I want to remove is this eject lever. Again, it's super easy. You just pull this bar up like this, you lift it at the side and you just pull it. Now be careful, because there's a spring in it, can go spring across the room, but if you just do it slowly like that, you tend not to spring it across the room. And I'll just grab that, and let me just get my pick so I can get the spring out. There it is. Okay, so what I can start doing now is removing the actual motherboard, but first I want to get the power switch off. Now it's super easy to remove the power switch. It's just 2 screws. There's one here, and then it clips off just here, so I'll get on removing that. Okay, on this particular model there's 9 screws I need to remove to get the motherboard out. There's 3 at the back, there's 1 there, there's 1 there, there's 1 there, there's 2 holding the cartridge slot down here and here, and 4 holding the bottom part of the motherboard. There's 1 here, 1 here, 1 here and 1 here. Remove those and the motherboard should just come straight out. That's all the screws removed. Let's remove the motherboard and I can get this lower case in soak with the upper case now. Okay, I've got the upper and lower portions of the case along with the faceplate soaking in the bath. Just a little bit of warm soapy water. That should get all the grime and dirt off. I'll come along later and give it a good scrub and get in between all those crevices and get all that muck off. And I've also got the smaller portions in the sink soaking. So okay, before I remove the Pico fuse, what I want to do is look at what revision this board is. It looks an early revision, just with the layout. These telltale signs, it's an early revision, and it is. It's a CPU02. A lot of later revision Nintendo's SNES's, Nintendo consolidated a lot of these chips into one chip, and it's known as obviously the one chip SNES. They're a little harder to switchless mod. You have to add a lot of more components, but these ones with the separate PPUs, they're not that difficult to mod. And depending if I get this up and running or not, I may switchless mod this console, because like I mentioned, the case, it's not in bad condition and I don't really want to be putting switches on the side of it. So yeah, if I can get this working, I may revisit this and switchless mod it in a later video. But yeah, let's get that fuse off and replaced. Okay, let's get this fuse off. Now it shouldn't be that difficult. I'm going to see if I can do this one-handed. Just come along, hit them out, move it out of the way, come to the opposite side, same again, and there we go. Bye bye fuse. What I'll do now is just clean up these pads and get ready to put the new fuse on. So okay, I've not just spent the last 20 minutes trying to find SNES Pico fuses. Yeah, I need to organise better. I'm one of those guys where I'll put things down and I'll forget where I put them. So what I'll do is I'll order some more, and then guess what? 2 weeks later, I find them again. So yeah, I need to organise my a little better. But yeah, these are the Pico fuses, 1.5 amps. You get one of those, and we can pop that in the SNES. Okay, a quick tip. Before you put the new fuse in, just make sure it's okay. The last thing you want to do is put it in there, and obviously if it's not okay, you're going to be chasing your tail. So always make sure it works before you put it in. So again, I've got my multimeter on continuity. I touch the probes, I get a beep. Let's test this fuse. And as you can see, it's perfectly fine. So let's get it in the SNES. So okay, what I'm about to do now is solder the new fuse onto the PCB. Obviously I can't do it one-handed, pretty impossible. So what I'll do is I'll get it on there and show you what it looks like afterwards. Okay, that's the fuse all soldered in. Let's triple check continuity. And as you can hear, we've got continuity. So yeah, let's hook up power to this thing and see what we get. Okay, time for the magic smoke test. I've not installed a cartridge or hooked up the console to my TV. All I've done is just put power to it. Because I want to do the magic smoke test, I'm going to turn it on and see if it stays on for 10 seconds, and you know, hopefully we don't release any magic smoke. So let's power on and see if we've got power now. And we have power indicator, LEDs come on. So yeah, I don't think there's anything seriously wrong power wise with this SNES. If there was something wrong power wise, it would have blew the new fuse by now. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is, I'm quite happy. It's been on for what, 20 seconds now, and there's no magic smoke. So I'm going to hook up again, I'm going to hook up the SCART to my TV, and we'll see if we get any image. Okay, I've got Super Mario World in the cartridge slot. I've got power going to the SNES. I've got the SCART going to my SCART switcher that goes into my TV. So let's power on and see what we get. And we're getting a black screen. Now I'm definitely getting a black screen, because if I turn off, what you'll see is my TV will say no image. There you go. So we're definitely getting a black screen from the SNES. So what I want to do now is I'm going to clean the cartridge slot. You know, I don't know how long this has been sat still. So yeah, I'm just going to clean the cartridge slot, and I'll do that really quick. So okay, let's clean this cartridge slot. Now it's super easy to do, and the reason for that is because you can actually remove it. Yeah, you can remove the cartridge slot. Now what I tend to do is I'll get a bit of alcohol squirted on it, and I'll just come along and scrub with my toothbrush. Same here as well. So I'll come along and just scrub these contacts with my toothbrush. I'll do the same again for these contacts in here. Just a little bit of alcohol, come along, scrub with my toothbrush, and then what I'll do is, I might as well show you what I'm going to do with the next part. Okay, what I'll do now is I'll come along with like a credit card. I'll put a bit of alcohol on a piece of paper, let that soak. Pick it up, make sure it's nice and tight, put it tight like this, and then I'll just go in and out, in and out the cartridge slot a few times, and I'll just keep going like this until these pins are cleaned. I'll also get a smaller bit of card and do the smaller parts of the slot also. Once I've done that, that's me knowing that the cartridge slot is nice and clean, so it gives it a better chance when you put in a cartridge. So yeah, I'll finish cleaning that off, we'll pop it back in, and we'll give it another test. So okay, I've got the cartridge slot back in there after I've cleaned it. Obviously I've got my Super Mario World in there. Let's power on this time and see what we get. Oh wow, you have got to be me. Yes, get in. It looks like we got a working SNES. Wow, oh, what was wrong with it was the fuse. Oh, and a dirty cartridge slot. I cannot believe that's just fired straight back up like that. That's insane. Picture looks great, by the way. Sounds great as well. Oh, focus, focus. There you go. Yeah, so I can't believe it. Yeah, so let's get this all back together. I'll get the upper and lower case out of soak, and we can put this SNES back together, and I can give it a better test. Can't believe it just fired straight back up like that. Sweet. Okay, that's the parts all scrubbed and cleaned. what I'll do now is I'll put this SNES back together. I'm not going to film that. I've already shown you how to take apart a SNES. Putting it back together is just the opposite of taking it apart. So yeah, I'll crack on with that and let you have a look what that looks like once it's all back together. So okay, I'm all hooked up, got power, got my SCART, got Super Mario World, I've got a controller plugged into controller port 1. Let's power on and we should get Super Mario World. And we do. So let's test the pad, press the start button, and it's working. Sweet. So yeah, there you go guys, hope you liked the video. What I might do next to this SNES is switchless mod it, because the case is not in bad condition and I don't really want to put switches on it. So that will probably be my next video. But yeah, as you can see, we got a working SNES. So I hope you liked the video guys. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, all the usual stuff. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one. Yay! Go play me some Mario World.